Hi, I'm Tinny from minibulldesign, and today I'm out in the factory. And this morning I came out, and it's Sunday, so we didn't ship today. There's less than 20 orders on the book, like 15 orders, maybe 18. I haven't checked lately. Orders keep coming in. Anyway, so we didn't ship anything today. So what I did was I built M2SB bases. I built 10 of those. And that takes a fair amount of time, but it wasn't too bad. I found a end mill in my box that I hadn't even used yet. That was a 1/4 inch solid carbide end mill. Still had the cap on it and everything. Razor sharp. And I really flooded it hard with coolant, and it was no big deal at all. They came out gorgeous, glassy finish, and it milled pretty fast. So that made the job go a little easier. So once I got through that, then I went out and decided to work on a bicycle project for a little while. So let's get away from the stoves and go out and look at bicycle projects. It was fairly windy today, so I've got the windmill unlocked and I'm charging a battery here. I don't know if this battery is going to make it or not. It's a Walmart battery, and it's more than a year old, and anybody that's bought a battery from Walmart knows they're only good for about a year before they die, and it wasn't an expensive battery. But it's up to 12.5 right now, but it's not the matter of it taking the charge, it's how long it'll hang on to it, and I don't think it's going to make it. But anyway, I bought these set of hubs. I bought these set of hubs from Chopper US, and they're 36 spoke, and they're what I'm already using on my trike and my velomobile. So I bought another set because I think I'm going to build another trike, and I learned a lot on the last 5, so this one will be even better. But unfortunately, they come with 15mm bearings in them for a 15mm axle. So I thought, well, I'll just pick up a 15mm bolt, yada yada. Well, I can't find any 15mm bolts. The hardware store doesn't have them. And I just went on the internet and didn't see any obvious place to buy 15mm bolts. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to buy a piece of steel and turn it to 15mm and turn a shoulder on it and then thread it to I don't know, probably 3/8 a half inch, and put a nut on it and do that. And get the shoulder just the right width so it doesn't side load the bearings. No big deal, just a little bit more of a project. Okay, now the first thing I did was I came out and harvested 2 necks off of 2 junk bicycles out here. Let me get those. For the front spindles, for the front kingpins, and I drove the races out of them, and this is where the tubes are on the bike are welded on. Handlebars go right here. What I did was I cut those down with a sawzall as much as I could, and then I threw them in the lathe, and took the lathe and turned them right down clean, and then I took a buffing wheel and buffed off the lathe marks on them. So that's going to go on the front. And then a king can go down through it, and the wheel comes out here. So I've got 2 of those, and I turned down I cut the fork off, the crown fork, and machined these down. So when I put the bearings in them and everything, yep, that would be the 2 front spindles. I've got that done. Now I'm going to make this one narrower than the last one. I've done some measuring. The last one I built had such a short turning radius, it's insane. I don't need that shorter turning radius, so if I don't need that shorter turning radius, I can make the wheels closer together. I don't need to have them 36 inches apart. So I'm going to shorten it up significantly, about 3 inches on about 6 inches altogether, maybe 8. And what I'm going to do is, these, when you're all done, these have to have a radius cut in them, and then these just drop right in, a really good fit, and then braze them in place. The last ones I welded, I'm going to braze these in place because there's a lot of surface area, and I think they will lend themselves well to being brazed. So what I'm going to do is, these are 1 3/8, and I have ordered an 1 3/8 hole saw, and this is twice as long as one side. I'm going to hole saw it right in the center, an 1 3/8 hole, and then cut it, and I'll have a 1 3/8 half circle radius on each one. Put each one in and brace it in place. That would be fairly easy and fairly fast, and easy and fast is good. Versus last time I used a fly cutter finally, and it wasn't a real good fly cutter, and it took a long time, and it was hard on the fly cutter, and this is just a better way to do it. So anyway, that's where I am with that. And while I was at Walmart, I picked up these cute little mirrors so I can make a rear view mirror for my Velomobile so I can see what's behind me. Right now I can't see, so I'm going to use one of those, and these spin 360 to adjust, yada yada. So, that's where I am on the bicycle front. I'm Tinny from minibulldesign. Get out and hike, take a friend, enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, try to have some fun today, and try to have a really great day. Bye-bye!